Idi Amin is now in Uganda more popular than Yoweri Museveni. And nobody would believe that. But you do a survey. If you do an informal survey, people will tell you that Idi Amin is less resented, maybe I should put it that way, than Yoweri Museveni, although that's not spoken about. And the interesting thing is that, so this is Zoran Mamdani's father's book, Slow Poison, which just came out. And that's Idi Amin, of course, on the cover. And he speaks about the expulsion of the Indians from Uganda. And he acknowledged the historical role in which the British had inserted the Indians to be sort of like a buffer between them and Africans.
The Africans.
And then left the problems for subsequent, the post-colonial governments to handle in Uganda. And he said, yes. He said, but there was a distinction. There was the Indian elite that were very wealthy, and those were the elitist ones that took advantage of Ugandans. And then you had the working class, but they all became Indians, you see, because nobody has time to distinguish that kind of nuances, right? And then in terms of Amin was saying, because they don't even intermarry with Africans. And Mamdani said there's actually a different type of explanation. Most of them had arranged marriages, you see. So, they even within them, the caste system, he said, this in secondary school, all had, arranged by their parents types of marriages. But that is not to say that that kind of practice did not reinforce exactly what Amin was also announcing. So, and I'm just, I just read the chapter actually yesterday. So I found, he addressed some of the issues that you raised. And yes, indeed, they own all the businesses. And that's why initially, because before the economic downturn, of course, when Amin took that action, it was a popular action. And then he blames also the political leadership of the Asians, the Indian community at that time. When Amin started, they didn't take Amin seriously. They thought he was just threatening. So they did not engage him seriously. The British either, because they thought Amin was just, shouting. Because Amin was their project. And he says, the British thought they knew Amin better because they had helped Amin overthrow his predecessor, Milton Obote. It was Israel and the United Kingdom.
They had actually recruited Idi Amin. If you go, and Ngugi wa Thiong'o writes about this a little bit. They had recruited and groomed Idi Amin.
Right. In fact, there was, he said, in his book, he said the British wanted Obote to have Obote killed as he was coming back to the country from a conference. It was the Israelis who said, no, that might create too much chaos. So have him overthrown while he's out of the country. So, sorry to divert and take a lot of time away from.
No. I mean, that's part of why we're here, give history, give news,
I think it's a great conversation.